Right now, groups supporting both Israel and Palestine rallying in Madison as the war in the Middle East nears 2 weeks. Plus, hostages have returned, 2 Americans back on U.S. soil in a sign of progress in the war. And Jacob is tracking a cool and dry weekend on tap. He's got the full forecast coming up. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. I'm Shane Hogan in for Kyle Pazorski this morning. We're going to send things over to Jacob Montesano here to get us started. Jacob, we've got some rain to worry about next weekend, but should be a nice weekend here.
Yeah, overall it's going to be dry. Although it will be cool, temperatures will be pretty close to average. We're just at the time of year where temperatures in the 50s are near average. Now, here's a look outside at the Capitol. We are seeing mostly clear skies at the moment, but temperatures obviously are a little chilly considering the time of the day. But all things considered, they actually are a bit above average compared to what we normally see this time in the morning in the middle of October. So 40s across much of Wisconsin, 53 in La Crosse, but also 36 in Camp Douglas. So there are a few locations that are a bit warmer and a bit cooler, but in general, fairly comfortable morning, all things considered. Looking at the current radar, most of the rain has cleared out of our area. We may see some lingering flurries today, but otherwise we are going to be mostly dry. Clear skies in the morning, but clouds will roll in later in the day. Again, we could see some of those sprinkles, but in general, it's not expected to be a lot of rain. Much of our area will be completely dry today, although we are going to be windy. Not really dealing with the wind right now. Much of our area seeing calm winds, but out in Minnesota and Iowa, you can see some of those winds picking up, and the winds are going to increase throughout the afternoon, where we could see wind gusts possibly up to 30 miles per hour at times. For Madison, we'll see high temperatures in the upper 50s with winds topping off at around 15 miles per hour. That's the sustained winds. Gusts will be up to 30 miles per hour, though. I'll have more details on the possibility of rain throughout really all of next week. I'll have those details coming up a bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. As the fighting in the Middle East between Israel and Hamas nears 2 weeks, we're seeing how that conflict is impacting us here in Madison. News 3 Now covered 2 rallies on Friday, one rallying in support for Israel, the other in support of Palestine. Arman Rahman shares what supporters on each side are saying.
I'm here because I'm trying to show my support for my country.
Laith Jaraba is Palestinian and has family in the West Bank, but others gathered Friday have lost loved ones to the violence in Gaza.
I got a WhatsApp message from my cousin telling me that my uncle, sister-in-law, her husband, and her 6-month-old granddaughter had all been killed in a bombing of the Greek Orthodox Church in Gaza.
Meanwhile, at Library Mall on campus, Israelis and members of the Jewish community came together in solidarity.
I have dozens of friends, some of them my best friends, in the Army.
Yaakov Siegel feels supported after President Biden's promise of military aid and support.
And we finally have the ability to speak out and to defend ourselves.
As Israel continues firing back on Gaza, the humanitarian crisis worsens.
Civilian lives are being taken more than anything.
Jaraba says those are the people who need to see the fighting end.
We just would like a ceasefire at some point, just so Palestinians can have some aid, just so a little kid can drink as much water as he wants.
Siegel says as a Jew, he's feeling the non-Jewish community stand with him.
I wear my yarmulke in public, and everywhere I've gone, there's been someone that's tapped me on the shoulder and says, I stand with you.
Jaraba feels that too often his people don't get the same strong international support.
It's often thought that if you're Middle Eastern, you're automatically a terrorist, and that can't be furthest from the truth. A lot of Palestinians, including myself, condemn Hamas. I don't think killing civilians is right at all. Palestinians have been getting murdered at unprecedented rates throughout the last couple decades.
A tale of 2 communities that at their core share hope for peace.
It's not political, it touches us in our hearts.
All I want is just for it to stop.
Arman Rahman reporting there. Both demonstrations were organized by UW campus groups, but attracted support from many in the wider community. One small sign of progress in the Middle East, Hamas has released 2 American hostages. This is a photo of Judith Tai Renan and her 17-year-old daughter, Natalie Renan, with Israeli Defense Force soldiers. The mother and daughter are from the Chicago area. They were visiting relatives in a kibbutz that was attacked nearly 2 weeks ago.
I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, for 2 weeks. I haven't been sleeping for 2 weeks. Tonight I'm going to sleep good.
So far, the Renans are the only hostages to be released, as other Americans are still missing.
We welcome their release. We share in the relief that their families, friends, and loved ones are feeling. But there are still 10 additional Americans who remain unaccounted for in this conflict.
Hamas says the release was done for humanitarian reasons because the mother was in poor health. To more local news now. Here in Iowa County, improvements are needed for an intersection on Highway 18-151 between Dodgeville and Ridgeway. That's because a 74-year-old man was killed Thursday while crossing the highway at County Highway Y. There have been 34 crashes at that intersection in just the last 3 years. Iowa County Sheriff Michael Peterson says speeding, distracted driving, and low visibility all contribute to the danger at that intersection. He says drivers getting on 18-151 from Highway Y sometimes misjudge the rate of speed that cars are traveling at.
They're, most of the time stopping, but they're not able to tell the speeds and the depth, how quickly those cars are getting there, pulling out into traffic and causing collisions.
The Wisconsin Department of Transportation is planning a safety project to update the intersection, but it's still in the early planning stages. They expect to start design work by early next year, and construction is currently scheduled for 2027, something that Sheriff Peterson says isn't soon enough. Quick Trip is sharing more details about last week's system outage. Officials saying now it was caused by a cybersecurity incident. It disrupted Quick Trip's production facilities in La Crosse, internal communication systems, and the company's loyalty program. The investigation is still in early stages and could take some time to complete. Vice President of External Relations John McHugh says in a statement, quote, "At this time, there is no indication that any guest payment card information was involved in the incident." He went on to say most internal systems are working and Quick Rewards is back online at many stores. The Wisconsin DNR is asking hunters to avoid placing your deer stand in or around ash trees. Those trees are struggling right now. Most of the ash trees in southern Wisconsin are dead or dying due to an invasive dreaded emerald ash borer. It makes the branches weak, causing them to snap unexpectedly. You can spot an ash tree by looking at its branches or its leaves. Ash trees have opposite branching patterns where two branches come off of a main stem directly across from one another. The city of Beloit will begin its free yard waste collection at the end of this month. Collection will run from October 30th to November 16th on your regularly scheduled trash day. Residents should gather leaves, grass clippings, and garden debris in paper yard waste bags. Bags should be placed 3 feet from your regular trash on the curb. Happening today, flags will fly at half-staff across the state in honor of a veteran killed during the Korean War. U.S. Army Private First Class Charles Dickman was reported missing in July of 1950. His remains had been buried at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific in Hawaii. Last June, the Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency was able to identify those remains as Dickman's. He'll be buried with full military honors today in Cashton. Still ahead this morning, all the weekend happenings here in the 608. And you're taking a live look outside this morning. Jacob has the full forecast when we come back.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable, rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Here are the 3 things you need to know to get you ready for the weekend. We are going to be dry today and for tomorrow especially. We also are going to see some windy conditions today, and then it's going to be pretty calm tomorrow. Now, next week, we do have several chances of rain. It could rain throughout much of the week, but I'll talk about that in a little bit, just a little bit later. Now, here's a look at the current radar. Still seeing very dry conditions, and that's going to be the case throughout much of today and especially tomorrow. Now, during the afternoon, we are going to see more clouds roll into our area, and that may bring in a few sprinkles, but if it does rain, it will be very light and also very brief. Not going to see a lot of rain at all today, but as I mentioned, we are going to see that windy weather. So looking at the future wind gusts, we are going to see it move in from the west and spread across Wisconsin, where we could see wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Now, this is going to continue for the most part, especially during the early overnight hours. But as we get towards the morning on Sunday, that's when the winds will really calm down. And tomorrow, winds are expected to be very light. Temperatures today are going to be pretty close to average, despite them only being in the 50s. We're just at the time of the year where average highs are now in the 50s. Now, it could reach 60 for those of you near Iowa, but much of Wisconsin, especially the southern portion of the state, will see highs in the 50s. Towards the central and northern portion of the state, highs may be in the upper 40s. For tonight, it will be a bit cooler than it is this morning because we're going to see those clear skies. Temperatures will drop into the 30s. And then for tomorrow afternoon, although we are going to see more sunshine, temperatures are going to be pretty similar, if not cooler, with highs mostly in the 50s once again. Now, as we get towards next week, that's when the good chance of rain will begin. It will start Monday afternoon as we expect to see some showers and storms move across Wisconsin. We'll get a brief break Monday night before more rain moves in Tuesday, and then another break Tuesday night with more rain spreading across our area Wednesday and Thursday. And the rain chances will continue through the end of the week into the weekend. So we could see pretty much every day from Monday through next weekend where we could see some rainfall. Now, there will definitely be breaks from the rain, but don't be surprised if we see rain each and every day. Now, temperatures are going to rise into the 60s for the beginning of the work week, especially Tuesday, and then they're going to fall off as we head towards next weekend with highs only in the 40s, and overnight lows next weekend may drop below freezing for much of our area. Now, looking at Madison, rain might start a bit earlier than for those of you in La Crosse, and also might extend into the weekend a bit more as those temperatures once again drop into the 40s, and those overnight lows are likely going to be the coldest so far this season. And because of that, we may even see our first snowflakes of the year. Now, even if it does snow, there won't be any accumulation, but it's definitely worth mentioning because this will extend into Halloween as well. So the temperatures for Halloween are looking very chilly. So just prepare for that if you plan on going trick-or-treating.
All right, Jacob, that's a good reminder. Snow on Halloween. I want nothing to do with that. But hey, it's Halloween at the farm today. Today, this runs from 4 to 8 at Schumacher Farm in Westport there. There will be some spooky fun for the whole family, including interactive characters, marshmallow roasting at the campfire, games, crafts, haunted hay rides, as well as concessions for sale. Tickets sold at the event are $10 for adults, $5 for kids ages 5 to 15, and under 4 are free. Well, Hilldale is getting into the Halloween spirit as well. The shopping center is hosting its annual family-friendly Halloween party. It'll take place on the 29th from 3 until 5. There will be pumpkin decorating, a dance party, and a costume contest, as well as a scavenger hunt. Shops will have special offerings for the kids and the parents, too. The Hazel Green Opera House is gearing up for a Halloween adventure this weekend. The Opera House is home to the Fever River Puppeteers. They perform puppet shows seasonally. A Halloween Adventure is a 45-minute family-friendly show with performances happening both this weekend and next. Maybe you caught Josh Sprider there doing his segment this week. Great preview of what to expect this weekend. Tickets are $5 per person and sold only at the door, cash or check only. Doors open a half hour before each performance. Also happening this weekend, the Wisconsin Book Festival Fall Celebration. Don't miss the state's premier literary event at one of the top book festivals in the nation. The event connects you with your favorite authors, encouraging conversations that spark ideas and foster a better understanding. The lineup is packed with fiction, poetry, and nonfiction, including STEM, politics, and social justice. Events take place at Central Library, Arts, Literature Laboratory, UW-Madison Discovery Building, and the Wisconsin Historical Society. The Oregon Firefighter and EMT Craft Fair is set for today at Oregon Middle School. It's scheduled from 9 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. The craft fair features over 70 vendors with a variety of crafts. Local vendors will be on hand as well, selling a wide variety of arts and crafts. The Oregon 4-H Club will also be on hand with snacks and refreshments. Entry is $2 at the door. Coming up, today's the day for the Giant Pumpkin Fest here in Wisconsin. We'll have a preview of that ahead. And there are several shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will Loper shares his picks in 3 things to watch when we come back.
The price of gold is at a 7-year high. Get top cash on the spot for your gold at Diamond Select. Cash in today while the price of gold is high. Don't miss out. Get instant cash for your gold today at Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Hold it!
Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
At 4imprint, finding the promotional products you need to create a memorable moment is an easy mission. Our expert team will take care of every detail to make your success a certainty. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
After you've been in a serious motorcycle crash, there's a lot you may need. Medical attention, help with your bike, and someone who could get you the justice and money you deserve. Unfortunately, you won't get that by calling the insurance company. They'll try to use the law to their advantage. Call Gruber Law Offices first. We've been representing injured bikers for over 35 years. We get results. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original windows. Bone
Folks, there's no need to be afraid of old windows. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
There's nothing better than the delightful, dozing, dreamy drowsiness that comes with the perfect mattress.
And at Denver Mattress, finding your perfect mattress has never been easier.
And during the incredible value sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or take 10% off our entire Denver Mattress brand lineup. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Score some sweet savings on some serious shut-eye only at Denver Mattress. the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Think all Medicare plans are the same? Think again. With Dean Health Plan, you can get the coverage you need with premiums as low as $0 a month. That includes medical, hospital, and prescription coverage with $0 copays for primary care doctor visits, plus extra benefits like comprehensive dental and savings on over-the-counter pharmacy items. Call 1-855-822-6173 now to request your free Dean Health Plan guide. Dean Health Plan, right here with you.
At Diamond Select, our on-site goldsmith can create a beautiful one-of-a-kind piece. Whether it's repurposing an old ring or creating from a picture online, we're here to help you create jewelry of your dreams. Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Let's check out our weather photo of the day sent in by Ted Golos, showing a very nice sunset or sunrise. Not sure exactly which one it is, but showing a nice sunset at Campus Bike Path. So thank you, Ted, for sending that in. And you can submit your own photos through the app or through the email address you see on screen, which is firstwarn@WISC-TV.com. Now, speaking of photos, many people like to take photos of the fall colors, and here's a look at the fall color report. Might be the last weekend to enjoy the fall colors, considering that a lot of the state is at its peak, and the northern portion of the state's actually past peak levels. But also next weekend is going to be very, very cold, and with all the rain we're seeing, a lot of these leaves might fall. So definitely, I would suggest, if you would like, to get out and enjoy the fall colors this weekend, because temperatures, while they're not going to be, super warm, they're going to be near average. And the later we get into October, the less likely you'll see those temperatures in the 60s, which we could possibly see over the weekend.
All right, good reminder there. Get outside, enjoy those leaves, folks. Well, hey, there's clearly no shortage of films and shows streaming nowadays. Our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
It's terribly difficult to recruit for a Secret Service. You're looking for somebody who's a bit bad, but at the same time loyal. There's a type, and I fitted perfectly.
Newly streaming on Apple TV Plus is the film The Pigeon Tunnel.
When I was in MI6, it wasn't enough for me. So what I did was reinvent the secret world and fill my own people with it.
Documentarian Errol Morris takes a look at the life of British spy and author John le Carré.
Writing is a journey of self-discovery. I see my own life as a succession of embraces and escapes.
The Pigeon Tunnel is streaming on Apple TV Plus now.
How long have you been downloaded?
26 days. So what are you doing here?
Newly streaming on Amazon Prime Video is the 3rd season of Upload.
No. He's nowhere in the system, so I rebooted him from a backup copy. There's another you living in Lakeview.
You think this is identity theft?
The sci-fi comedy series continues the story of Nathan, whose consciousness had been uploaded in the cloud, but is now back in a human body.
This means I have a second chance to do things right. New Nathan doesn't remember breaking up with me.
For someone who has great skin, you do a lot of concealing.
The first 2 episodes of Upload Season 3 are streaming on Amazon Prime Video now.
There's a big problem with the AI.
I was told to act more human-like. To be human is to avoid work.
The world can be hard to put into words. Sometimes it feels like we must face the darkness alone.
And newly streaming on Max is the animated film Peter and the Wolf.
But sometimes adventure calls to us.
This new version of the classic tale is based on the artwork of U2 artist Bono and follows a 12-year-old boy venturing in the woods to find a wolf.
Wolves come in many disguises. But if we look closer, what we find in the darkness might surprise us.
Peter and the Wolf is streaming on Max now. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
Our thanks to Will Loper, as always. Coming up next, a look at your top morning headlines when we come back.
50% off list during the big fall home sale at Slumberland Furniture, and one of our best finance sales of the year. Pay no interest for 3 years. Get this stylish sectional for just $7.99, up to 50% off, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Dear Sharp Curves, Toyota has more all-wheel drive sedans than any other brand. We got traction, baby.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota. Let's go places.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosures.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
It's never about, in the game of golf, just one thing. It's everything. It's all-encompassing. In Golf Galaxy, we are your team. And if you have a question on your equipment, your fitter's here for you. If you have a question on your swing or something mechanical, our Class A PGA professionals are here for you. If you need help fixing something, our club techs are here for you.
We have the fitting bays, we have the TrackMan, we have Biomech putter fitting system. When you come in, we want to fit you with the right apparel, the right footwear. We have everything that you could possibly need to improve your game.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. CeraVe with 3 essential ceramides helps restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture and we can feel it long after. CeraVe moisturizers.
Dear Sharp Curves, Toyota has more all-wheel drive sedans than any other brand. We got traction, baby.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota. Let's go places.
Get 50% off list during the big fall mattress sale at Slumberland. Incredible deals like a twin mattress for just $99, or our own private brand Slumbercrest as low as $299, plus Sealy Posturepedic mattresses marked way down, only at Slumberland.
Right now, a major border reopens in the Middle East. What this means as the war in Israel enters its 3rd week. And Jacob is here, tracking a cool and dry weekend on tap. He's got the full forecast just ahead. And later, the giant Pumpkin Fest returns to Wisconsin. What to expect? Coming up next. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. Hope your Saturday is off to a nice start. I'm Shane Hogan in for Kyle Pazorski today. All right, we're going to start things off with sending it over to Jacob Montesano. He's got a check on our weekend forecast. Good morning, Jacob.
Good morning, Shane. Temperatures right now, although they are chilly, they're actually above average for what we normally see at this time in the morning, this time of the year. Mostly in the 40s when we're now in the time of the year where the average low is supposed to be in the 30s, and the low temperature each day kind of happens right around now. But 46 in Madison, how about 53 in La Crosse? We are going to see a few light showers today, but in general, we are going to be mostly dry. We saw a few light showers move through the eastern portion of our area about a few hours ago, but most of that has cleared out. Now, we are going to see increasing clouds throughout the afternoon with, once again, a few light sprinkles, but the majority of our area won't see any rain, and even if you do see rain, it'll be very brief and very light. So expect mostly dry conditions today, and tomorrow will definitely be dry. But we also are going to see some windy weather. Not that windy right now in Wisconsin. You can see those winds kind of picking up in Minnesota and Iowa, and we could see gusts possibly reaching up to 30 miles per hour at times throughout the afternoon. So definitely hold on to your hats if you plan on spending time outside. For Madison, we'll see high temperatures in the upper 50s with sustained winds topping out at 15 miles per hour. But as I mentioned, those gusts could be up to 30 miles per hour. And then for La Crosse, temperatures could possibly get to 60 with maybe a bit more sunshine. But in general, both La Crosse and Madison will see highs in the upper 50s with variable cloudy skies. Now, next week we do have a lot of chances of rain. I'll talk more in detail about that coming up a bit later.
All right, Kyle, thank you. Or excuse me, Jacob, thank you. All right, we'll talk to you in a bit. Turning to our top stories now, the war between Israel and Hamas is now entering its third week. This morning, the border between Gaza and Egypt reopened for the first time, and this comes just less than a day after the release of 2 American hostages who were captured by Hamas. CBS's Bradley Blackburn has more on the release and what it means for the conflict.
Overnight, trucks filled with aid supplies moved into Gaza for the first time since the war began. The Rafah border crossing with Egypt finally reopened, but the U.S. Embassy in Israel warned Americans trying to leave it's not clear how long the opening will last. The news comes after the first release of hostages from Gaza, 2 American citizens, Judith and Natalie Renan. The mother and her 17-year-old daughter were visiting relatives when they were captured by Hamas 2 weeks ago in a terror attack on Israel.
There are still 10 additional Americans who remain unaccounted for. We know that some of them are being held hostage by Hamas.
In Illinois, where the Renans live, family and friends celebrated the news and expressed profound relief.
I'm going to hug her and kiss her, and it's going to be the best day of my life.
After the release, President Biden spoke to the Renans by phone, saying they have the full support of the U.S. government. In Israel, the military is still poised to launch a ground invasion into Gaza, but the timing remains unclear. As he departed for Delaware, President Biden was asked a question by a reporter. The White House later said he didn't hear the full question. Last night, demonstrators in several U.S. cities called for peace.
Ceasefire in Gaza immediately.
Pro-Palestinian rallies are planned Saturday in more than 24 cities across the country. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
The U.S. Embassy in Israel says that the opening of the Rafah border crossing could be chaotic. An estimated 500 Americans are still stranded in Gaza and trying to leave. Continuing coverage now on the House Speaker. The third time was not the charm for Congressman Jim Jordan in his quest for the Speaker's gavel. He is bowing out of the Speaker's race after Republicans removed him as their nominee. The final vote was 194 for Jordan and 210 for Minority Leader and Democrat Hakeem Jeffries. Jordan says he plans to turn his attention back to chairing the House Judiciary Committee.
I felt it was important that we all know, get an answer to the question if they wanted me to continue in that role. And so we put the question to them. They made a different decision.
Now, several House Republicans confirmed the plan is to hold a forum for Speaker candidates on Monday. The party is scrambling to agree on someone to elect so the chamber can resume its normal work. On the Health Watch this morning, the FDA is proposing to ban hair straightening products that contain formaldehyde and other formaldehyde-releasing chemicals. Studies have warned of both short and long-term health problems, from difficulty breathing to an increased cancer risk. The threats are higher for black women, and according to the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, about 50% of these types of products advertised to black women, compared with just 7% to white women. A Mediterranean diet could help people suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Research from Brigham and Women's Hospital found that our gut health can also impact our brain. Patients who ate a Mediterranean diet, which emphasizes vegetables and fruits and fish, had fewer PTSD symptoms, while people who ate more red meat or processed meat saw worse symptoms. Doctors say, though, more research is still needed. And new research from Rutgers University shows adults with ADHD are 3 times more likely to develop dementia. The study followed 100,000 adults for nearly 2 decades, finding even when other risk factors are taken into account, adult ADHD is associated with significantly higher dementia risk. The findings suggest ADHD treatments may reduce that elevated risk. Now, the 21st Annual Cancer Conference at the Monona Terrace got people talking and walking out with their bellies full. More than 400 statewide physicians and educators were in attendance to hear about how food can act as medicine. Cancer patients can often lose a sense of taste or desire to eat. That means pumping up the flavor and smell of foods can make all the difference in a patient's well-being. Physicians and educators watched a cooking demonstration to learn more about how to boost morale with meals.
Switching it up and having great aromas in the house, you can bring the family together and create community around food and help those cancer patients try to find something that resonates with them.
Attendees got in on the tasty secrets and learned new ideas how to help patients in their practice. Happening now during this Breast Cancer Awareness Month, health experts are reminding women to stay on top of their screenings. 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in their lifetime. If you're due for a mammogram, the Wisconsin Well Women program wants to help. It's offering free breast cancer screenings for women with limited income and little to no insurance. Patients won't have to pay a copayment, deductible, or premium. For more information on this, you can visit the organization's website at dhs.wisconsin.gov/WWWP. In Mishicot, anticipation is building for today's Giant Pumpkin Fest. The event is the final official weigh-in of these gigantic gourds this season. Eric Peterson went to Kewanee County to find out what it takes to raise one of these potential champs.
These are nice size. When it comes to growing pumpkins at Hillside Apples near Casco, Bill Wraithley has about 25 years of experience. But a few seasons ago, he was introduced to a new pastime.
We started these pumpkin plants in early April, got them pollinated in the mid to late June, and they've been growing ever since.
They are giant pumpkins. Wraithley says it begins with scientifically selected seeds.
I have the genetic history on these. I know what pumpkin they came from.
He says the plants are given plenty of fertilizer and water. Lots of water.
We start putting on at least 50 gallons of water per day per plant, somewhere 50 to 100 gallons a day.
He says each pumpkin needs a 30 by 40 foot plot to grow.
For 2 weeks, it was putting on over 40 pounds per day. In 2 weeks, this one put on over 600 pounds.
The giant is one of 2 displayed at Hillside Apples. It's become a popular attraction for many, including the Robinson family from Kewanee.
People driving by, I mean, obviously they're gonna see the big pumpkins right away, so it's gonna bring them in. But I definitely, people should come out and check it out.
And why do people like the giant pumpkins?
Because they're so different and so amazing. They're just so big, and I don't know how they do it.
Meanwhile, this gourd, which is estimated to weigh as much as 1,800 pounds, waits for the Saturday weigh-in at the Giant Pumpkin Fest in Mishicot.
I think this one could have been a couple 100 pounds heavier if I'd have done some things differently, but it's live and learn, and it's addicting. It's kind of like, it's exciting to get up in the morning and see what's going on in the pumpkin patch every day. So just something to get you out of bed in the morning.
Aren't those things awesome? They're huge. Last year's winner from Mishicot was 2,147.5 pounds. That's incredible. Good luck to all those competing today. Well, still ahead this morning, the Badgers are seeking revenge against Illinois. Later today, we've got a preview of the Big Ten matchup coming up next.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangements so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800 506-5596 or visit www.kwwf.org.
Teens have drama.
One more minute.
Braces add more drama.
Oh, how does anyone do this?
Invisalign is better oral hygiene and no drama.
When migraine strikes, are the trade-offs of treating worth it? Ubrelvy is another option. It quickly eliminates migraine pain.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness.
Ask about Ubrelvy.
Mornings. Cough? Congestion?
I'm feeling better. All in one and done with new Mucinex Kickstart.
Headache?
Better now.
New Mucinex Kickstart gives all-in-one and done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. It's comeback season.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
What do y'all want us to do? Continue to let our babies get gunned down?
Sunday at 10, 2 young lives ended by shootings only months apart at the same Madison apartment complex. I'm talking with the mother of one of those victims, find out how she thinks these heartbreaking tragedies could have been prevented.
Then Monday at 6, I'm taking this mother's concerns straight to city officials. These people are telling me in this community they haven't seen their leaders out there. What's your response to that?
News 3 now investigates, starting Sunday at 10.
Let's take a look at the current drought monitor. It was released on Thursday, but with all the rain we saw last week, there were a lot of improvements across southern Wisconsin. The majority of the areas, especially to the south and east of Madison, are now under abnormally dry conditions, with parts of southern Wisconsin no longer under a drought whatsoever. Now, there are areas between Madison and La Crosse that are still under severe to extreme drought, but we have seen a lot of improvements, and we're going to continue to see improvements because there is plenty of rain expected next week. So here are the rain chances for southern Wisconsin. Very small chance of rain this weekend, mostly dry. The rain chances will increase throughout the week. The best chance of rain looks to be Thursday and Friday, as it will be a bit more widespread. And that's also evident on the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. And this extends all the way through Halloween. So it does look like it will be dry for Halloween, but in general, a lot of rain expected up until then, as those temperatures will fall. And really, the entire central United States will see that rainfall. I'll take you through the timing of the rainfall next week, coming up a little bit later. But I'll show you that it could rain every single day from Monday all the way through the weekend. I'll have those details coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Jake. Thank you. Well, the Wisconsin football season is already halfway over, and that means that we're really getting into the thick of the Big Ten schedule as the Badgers head to Illinois this afternoon. This week on the Wisconsin Huddle, sports director Zach Hanley was joined with senior wide receiver Shamir Dyke. Last year, former Badger head coach and current Illini coach Brett Bielema brought his team to Camp Randall and beat Wisconsin, and that left a bitter taste in the mouth of the Badgers, and they say they want revenge.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Anytime a team beats you, you know, it adds a little bit of salt to the wound and a little bit of, you know, urgency to the week. And, you know, we understand they're a well-coached football team, and, you know, road games are tough in the Big Ten, but we're excited for the challenge, and we're excited to kind of move on from, you know, this kind of bitter taste that's in our mouth.
If you want to be a part of the Huddle, you can stop by the Monona Buck and Honeys location Mondays at 6 for the taping of the show. Now here's Zach with the rest of your morning sports.
Nobody's been more dominant to start the year than the reigning national champs. It's been 6 games and 6 wins for Wisconsin, where they're averaging 9 goals per game. UW looking to make it 10 straight over Bemidji State, but the Beavers were making it tough. Scoreless after 2. Badgers, though, would break through not even a minute into the 3rd period. Casey O'Brien cleans up the mess in front of the net. Wisconsin goes up 1-0, and that was all Jane Gervais needed. The netminder stopped all 14 shots she faced. Badgers blanked the Beavers 4-0, the final. The Badger men back on the road. Wisconsin taking on Michigan Tech. Time winding down in the 2nd. UW down 2-1. David Cilia dekes the keeper to tie the game up with 8 seconds left in the period. This one's still tied in the 3rd, that is, until Daniel Lash just puts a shot on net and good things happen. That'd be the game winner. Badgers beat the Huskies 4-2. There's a lot of storylines ahead of Wisconsin's matchup against Illinois. There's the revenge factor from last season's result, the first start for Braden Locke, and then all the former Badgers who are now coaches for the Illini. And then you have Will Pauling. The sophomore is headed back to his home state to play, and that means everybody's asking for tickets. So besides preparing for the Illini, he's been looking to trade.
Some teammates, they're kind of smart and they kind of trade off with you. Then some guys are just like, yeah, take them, sure. But yeah, I've definitely been giving the word out that I need tickets this week. My mom wanted me to at least get 12 tickets, so let's try to make that happen. If not, I don't know, my dad's gonna have to make some magic happen over there.
And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
All right, Zach, thank you. Fun fact, Will Pauling and I went to the same high school. Should be a good one today in Champaign. Well, hey, the Packers, they're back in action. Tomorrow, the green and gold are traveling to Denver to take on the 1-5 Broncos. Jordan Love and the Pack are looking to bounce back after losing 2 straight games, hoping to get back to a 500 record. The Packers, though, could be without some of their top players. Aaron Jones, Jair Alexander were both questionable this week. We'll see if they are good to go tomorrow. You can watch all the action right here on WISC. Tomorrow afternoon, kickoff is set for 3:25. Still ahead, a look at making working from home a bit more efficient. And you're taking a live look outside this morning. Jacob is back. He's tracking some rain next week that we're going to talk about after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Cut, more feeling. Cue the music.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Love it.
Now you can get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. US Cellular, built for us.
Belly's Flowers, the perfect gift for loved ones. Offering premium flower arrangements and locally grown plants since 1949. Belly's Flowers, with 4 Madison area locations. Voted best florist in Madison. Belly's Flowers.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Get Macy's lowest prices of the season on jewelry and accessories now. Like 65% off Effie, 60% off diamond earrings and pendants, and 75% off gold and silver necklaces. Plus, download the app for more great deals at Macy's.
When migraine strikes, are the trade-offs of treating worth it? Ubrelvy is another option. It quickly eliminates migraine pain.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness.
Ask about Ubrelvy.
Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
At 4imprint, finding the promotional products you need to create a memorable moment is an easy mission. Our expert team will take care of every detail to make your success a certainty. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. Belly's Flowers, the perfect gift for loved ones. Offering premium flower arrangements and locally grown plants since 1949. Belly's Flowers, with 4 Madison area locations. Voted best florist in Madison. Belly's Flowers.
Our phones keep us constantly connected. But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? To limit screen time, but not quality time. And to give us rhythm instead of algorithms. Introducing Us Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Here are the 3 things you need to know to get you ready for the weekend. We're going to see dry conditions for the most part today. A few sprinkles are possible. We also will be windy today, but by the time we get to Sunday, we are going to see those winds calm down. For next week, we have quite a bit of rainfall, and I'll get to that in just a moment. First, current radar, very clear. We could see some of those sprinkles return a little bit later in the day, but much of the area will be dry. If it does rain, it will be very brief and very light. So don't expect to see a lot of rain today, although we are going to see the clouds increase throughout the afternoon. What we are going to see is going to be that windy weather. We could see gusts up to 30 miles per hour at times, possibly even approaching 35 miles per hour. And this will continue throughout the early overnight hours. But once we get to Sunday morning, the winds are going to calm down, and tomorrow they're not going to be a factor. High temperatures today will be in the 50s. Areas near Iowa could possibly get to 60, but in general, pretty close to average because we now are in the time of the year where upper 50s are the average high. Now for tonight, it is going to be cooler than what it was this morning and what it is right now, as we will see temperatures dropping into the 30s for a lot of our area. A lot of that has to do with clear skies, and some parts of our area could possibly drop below freezing. Now looking at Sunday's forecast, although we're going to see more sunshine during the afternoon than what we're going to see today, high temperatures will also be in the 50s once again. Now looking at future tracks starting on Monday, that's when we are going to see more rain. We'll have a round of rain move through Monday afternoon before we get a little break for Monday night, and then more rain possible Tuesday before once again another break. And then by the time we get to Wednesday, we're going to see more widespread rain move across our area, and this could continue into Thursday as well, with more chances of rain towards the end of the week. So although we're going to get breaks from the rain, we could see rain each and every day from Monday all the way through the weekend, as temperatures will climb to the 60s for the beginning of the work week, but then they're going to slowly fall throughout the week to the 50s for Thursday and Friday, and then 40s for the weekend and the beginning of the following work week. And that will also include Halloween, where we are going to see some pretty cool temperatures. So rain will begin Monday for much of our area and continue through Saturday and Sunday. But once again, we are going to see breaks from the rain. It's not just going to be nonstop rain during the entire time. Now for Madison, temperatures may only get to 60 on Tuesday, but parts of our area may actually get up to 70 on Tuesday before those temperatures fall off. Now, it is going to cool down quite a bit for the weekend, as I mentioned, with overnight lows in the 30s, and it is possible we could see our first snowflakes of the year Friday night and possibly Saturday night and Sunday night as well. Now, even if it does snow, we're not going to see any accumulation, but it is worth mentioning that we could see our first snowflakes of the year, and just in time for Halloween, because Tuesday, one day after the 10-day forecast, is Halloween, and it does look like it's going to be pretty chilly, so expect to see very cold temperatures for your Halloween.
Oh, man, brutal trick-or-treating conditions.
You're right.
Well, get out this weekend, folks, if you want to do some outdoor activities. All right, Jacob, thank you. Many of us are used to working on laptops. They're convenient, yet their screens aren't always big enough for every task. But an extra computer monitor isn't something you can just throw in your bag when you're on the go as well. Or can you? Well, Consumer Reports explains how some new tech makes that possible. When it comes to work, no 2 days are exactly the same for Emily Bishop.
It's not uncommon for me to be working from multiple spots in a single day, from my couch to my co-working space to a coffee shop.
But there's one small issue.
I just need a second monitor sometimes that isn't super heavy and too much to carry when I have to walk a mile from my apartment to my work.
For people like Emily, a lightweight portable monitor could make life a lot easier. They let you work in several windows at once or mirror what's on your screen for a group presentation. And they're powered by a cord connected to your laptop, so no plugging them into the wall. Some even let you add touchscreen and stylus capabilities to a laptop that lacks those features. Consumer Reports tech editors took a look at 6 15.6-inch models.
And while they often don't match the display quality of a laptop, they can still be very useful.
Although some can be pricey, costing more than $300, CR finds a few models in the lower end of the price range that you might want to consider, like the LaPo C1 Gamut, the editor's pick. It's thin, light, and connects quickly and easily to your laptop and several other devices. Its display is on par with more expensive models as well.
If you prefer a touchscreen, the model from ViewSonic is one of the least expensive options out there.
It comes with a stylus, and its touchscreen is responsive and works well. But check for compatibility. It won't work with all Windows laptops.
Finally, if you're on a tight budget but still need more screen space, consider our budget pick from KYY.
It connects easily to Mac, Windows, Android, iPad, and Nintendo Switch devices. And while its display isn't as good as the LaPo, CR says it does get the job done without breaking the bank, something Emily would like to avoid. CR says the higher a portable monitor's brightness level measured in nits, the better off you'll be, especially if you're planning to use it in the sun. Some good reminders there. All right, coming up next, why boxed wine is helping the environment out. And we will have that story and a final check of the weather when we come back.
The price of gold is at a 7-year high. Get top cash on the spot for your gold at Diamond Select. Cash in today while the price of gold is high. Don't miss out. Get instant cash for your gold today at Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
If you've ever grilled, you know you can count on propane to make everything great. But did you know propane also powers school buses that produce lower emissions that lead to higher test scores? Or that propane can cut your energy costs at home? It powers big jobs and small ones too. From hospitals to hospitality, people rely on propane, an energy source that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly for everyone. Get the facts at propane.com/now.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds, advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security on your devices, Spectrum Mobile with unlimited talk, text, and data, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited Spectrum Mobile line, and the Xumo Stream Box, free when you add Spectrum TV. Call 833-976-4999. With Spectrum and Xumo, all your favorites are brought together in one place. Use the voice remote to search across live TV, on-demand movies and shows, and the most popular streaming apps to watch what you want faster and easier than ever. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Mornings. Cough? Congestion?
I'm feeling better. All in one and done with new Mucinex Kickstart.
Headache?
Better now.
New Mucinex Kickstart gives all-in-one and done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. It's comeback season.
From a diamond engagement to a diamond anniversary and everything in between, we shop the diamond capitals of the world so you don't have to. At Diamond Select, we also fix, reset, and remake jewelry too. Diamond Select in downtown Stoughton.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9.
Finally this morning, we are talking boxed wine because some winemakers think it's the way of the future. Boxed wine has, of course, traditionally been looked down on as an inferior quality compared to its bottled alternative. But more and more Australian winemakers are changing their mind about the packaging, which is cost-effective and kinder to the climate. That's right, it can lower a producer's carbon footprint and help with saving costs. Pretty interesting there. Obviously a very popular product, but we'll see if we learn more and helping the climate. Good stuff there. All right, one more check of the weather before we go here. Jacob Montesano with your first morning weather. Good morning, Jacob.
Good morning, Shane. And temperatures this weekend are going to be pretty okay, especially considering that they're going to be pretty close to average. We'll be breezy today, dry and calm Sunday, and then the rain will kick in starting Monday. The rain will continue throughout much of the week, although, like I mentioned, it's not going to be consistent. It will likely be on and off. But we could see rain each and every day from Monday all the way through the weekend. Temperatures will rise into the 60s, especially on Tuesday, where we could see some areas near 70. Now, for the end of the week, we are going to see those temperatures cool off quite a bit. 40s for next weekend, and overnight lows could be in the 30s with some possible snowflakes Friday night and then again Saturday night and Sunday night, although we're not going to see any accumulation. The cold weather looks to continue for Halloween.
All right, Jacob, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us, folks. We will see you back here tomorrow.